Hello and welcome to Joy News Prime. We are coming to you live from our studios here at Kukumlemle. We're also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 125, also around the world on myjoyonline.com. Coming up, members of Fix the Country movement makes forceful demands of government to end illegal mining and its destruction to rivers and forest reserves, despite low turnout at today's demonstration. Also, academic activities at the University of Cape Coast are on the brink of a complete shutdown as GTech imposes sweeping sanctions on the school over the Vice-Chancellor's refusal to proceed on mandatory retirement. Details shortly. And we have these stories plus business and sports all in this 60-minute bulletin. Remember, we're home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. My name is Samuel Kojo. Do stay for details. What was expected to be a nationwide show of resistance turned into a protest for just a few today, as only a handful of demonstrators showed up. Members of the Fix the Country movement marched through the main street of Accra, demanding that President John Mahama and his government take urgent action to stop the illegal mining that is destroying water bodies and forest reserves. Earlier this morning, the group held a vigil at Revolution Square where participants, including children, made heartfelt appeals to the president to tackle the menace. My colleague, Kwanyaku Asante, has more.
See a couple of people, known faces of Fix the Country. You see there Oliver Bakavomawo and a number of people who are already getting ready for today's march to happen. You see here a number of police officers already here and getting ready for this protest to happen. Let me see if I can stick to Oliver Bakavomawo. Yesterday, before you arrived, Mustafa Bande had come in to try and convince the protesters to disperse because he believed that there will be other avenues to communicate with government. What do you make of that? And there was, of course, some rebars from certain elements within the government telling him that that should not have happened. What did you make of that?
Listen, I think for me the most important thing is the shift that we have seen over the past few weeks. You know, we fought for almost 4 years about the citizens' right to petition their seat of government, to stand there and raise their voices. We've seen that. Now nobody was raising any concerns. The president is out of the country. It's a different change of environment. So if today what we are contending with is the government official coming to tell people, stop it, I think that we've made progress. Maybe tomorrow they will understand and join the protest, but I think the progress is being made.
Let me speak to Ralph, and also Ralph, the protest is just about to get underway. The numbers don't seem so encouraging. Do you think that the young people and all other persons are getting the seriousness with which Galamsey is and joining this movement that you and your colleagues are on?
We thank John Dramani Mahama so much, that's the least I can say. I think that John Dramani Mahama has exhibited that kind of leadership that Ghanaians can clearly see that Fix the Country people are not making sense. It is not true that Galamsey is destroying our water bodies. It is not true that our water bodies are being destroyed. All that has been happening on the media, on our platforms, you know, it's not true. Galamsey is really not really in a deplorable state, as we call it.
Quite a small number of protesters, as you say, because everyone you see in the shot is what this protest is about. But really, they have been making the impact felt, and they are doing their best to make sure that this is as maximized as possible. You see some of these kids who were at the vigil yesterday, making their voice heard, stop Galamsey, save the children. No more Galamsey, save the children. Stop Galamsey, save the children. They are talking about the devastating impact of illegal mining on them as kids. And yesterday, this young lady and another child spoke at the vigil yesterday to make their point that a lot more needs to be done when it comes to illegal mining. Let me speak to Nadensua. And Nadensua, your voice is always ubiquitous when it comes to this protest. You showed up again. Why are you here?
I am here for the little children's lives. Do they have a future when they are being forced to drink Galamsey water? We all know that the water in Accra it's not pure water again, no. It has been contaminated, it is polluted, and we use it to cook, we use it to bath. Sometimes we even drink it because we can't afford to buy water from abroad for all the children. We have a pregnant wife at home coming to give birth for us. Do we want our baby to die? No. So what are we doing here today? We are fighting Galamsey, aren't we? And we are fighting for the future's lives, aren't we? The little children. That's what we are here for.
Awula Sawa is coordinator of the Eco-Conscious Citizens, and she joins via Zoom. Awula, I'm grateful to you. Now, would you say from yesterday evening till today, would you say your message is resonating with the government enough to prompt decisive action against illegal mining as you've been calling for?
Good evening to you and your listeners. You see, the situation is clear. We face an existential threat. We're on the verge of a catastrophe. We've been saying this over and over and over again. Now we are told that even our consumery is not safe. Vegetables are not safe. Ghana Water is telling us that they'll need to spend far, far more treating the water. Over 60% of our water bodies are polluted. Our forests are being decimated. Pregnant women some of them are dying, some of them are giving birth to deformed babies. If all this is not enough for government to take action, then I don't know what else would be. It's interesting that in opposition, the picture was very clear in opposition. We needed to declare a state of emergency. Suddenly, the picture is less clear. So it's a little disappointing, but I have to say that I'm confident that His Excellency the President would not like his legacy to be that he supervised illegal, irresponsible mining. He doesn't want that to be his legacy. He would like his legacy to be that the illegal mining that had been going on for a very long time, it didn't start yesterday, it didn't start 8 years ago. It was even there during the last presidency of His Excellency. He would like his legacy to be that he fought against illegal mining and the environmental terrorists and their equipment were driven away from our river bodies, our forest reserves, our farmlands. That he would like to be his legacy. So I'm confident that with the vigil yesterday, I was there, with the march that took place today, with a statement by the Catholic bishops, who are not emotional young people. These are people who are measured in what they say. They have also asked for a state of emergency. I'm confident that sanity will prevail.
But the president says the state of emergency is not something on the table now because they have to exhaust all the measures they have before they can declare state of emergency. How confident are you that, in fact, state of emergency is something that we need now?
I'm confident that a state of emergency will be declared. His Excellency himself, only a blind person will not see that we've reached. What else do we want to see? 100% of our river bodies contaminated, everybody dropping dead. The number of kidney disease cases has gone up 4-fold. We want it to go up, 100-fold, that everybody is dropping dead. Is that what we want to see? That we don't even have any food to eat. Everything is contaminated. We can only have imported food. Our cocoa is being rejected. No food from Ghana is being accepted anywhere. We're not getting any income from the few cocoa farms we have left. Is that what we want to see before we declare a state of emergency? I think not. I think His Excellency the President will reflect and will realize that we've reached where we can reach. We are on the verge of a catastrophe, and he needs to declare a state of emergency. We need to get all the resources at our disposal to combat the environmental terrorists. You can't tell me that if a foreign nation declares war on Ghana today, we can't fight them. The environmental terrorists have declared war. We can fight them. Okay. The only thing we need is the political will to do so. And I'm confident that when sanity prevails, the demand for a state of emergency will be accepted and the president will declare a state of emergency. He will not wait for the house to burn completely. The fire is raging. We need the fire service to come. Buckets of water are insufficient due to the magnitude of the problem.
I'm grateful to you for joining us here. Now, let's just stay a bit longer on this Galamsey and its effect because the story is not too different in Winneba, where residents say water flows through their taps only thrice in a week. And the quality can only be likened to a tea beverage, and it stinks so bad they cannot use it for cooking. James Aboagye spoke to some of them.
It's very bad. If you're fetching water from the tap and it will be smelling bad. like from the water from the septic tank. It's not good at all.
But that is water which is supposed to be coming from the Ghana Water Company.
Yes.
It smells bad.
It smells bad. Very, very bad. So I think they should do something to it.
What about the color? Does it look clean?
No, sometimes it looks like Coca-Cola. Okay. And then sometimes Lipton with milk.
Is there any explanation as to why you don't have clean water?
We heard it from the Galamsey site, and then from the even our water body said the ISU here is even the color has changed. Yeah, so we think the government should do something. So with the same color, the tea color, we don't like it at all. Yes.
So what are you able to use it for?
You put it down for it to settle. Yes. So you can't. We've been using pure water to cook. Pure water to cook. Pure water to bath sometimes.
So what do you use the pipe water for?
No, we sometimes for washing. Yes, we only use for washing.
Your clothes.
We don't drink. Yes. We can't drink. You can't drink Lipton water or tea water. It's not good. We don't drink it, please.
Do you use it to cook?
When it's settled, sometimes we use it to cook. Because it has been boiled. Yes. But drinking it raw, we can't use it. Yeah.
How soon have they told you that the problem will be fixed?
Yeah, that one, I've not heard it from anywhere that it will be fixed soon. I don't know of that.
Well, what do you think about the government fight against Galamsey? People are saying that they should.
I think it's being slow to it. It should act fast. Because the rate at which it is going in there is not good.
Act fast and do what?
And stop them from polluting the water. Yes, that's what we want.
There's call for state of emergency where soldiers will be deployed to take the people.
During another time, the NDC people were calling for state of emergency, and they have come. Still, we are not hearing anything from them.
Is this something you support?
Yeah, we support it, yes.
Away from that, the opposition New Patriotic Party is asking President Mahama to proffer new alternatives to combat illegal mining. Jacqueline Nkrumah Yeboah was with them when they patrolled some, Galamsey site, and she comes in with this report. After the MPP visited the Kwanyaku treatment plant, which has become the unwholesome due to the activities of illegal miners.
Standing at the banks of the Anyesu River in Kwanyaku, the water now runs a thick brown. A few minutes walk into town, residents are struggling to cope. From boreholes and well that produce visibly dirty water to food vendors lamenting the impact on their trade. The once dependable river has become a burden instead of a blessing. One visibly shaking elderly resident told Joy News,
I am Papa. I am Papa. Because of this, now you should know.
It's moye day. Mahuse moye day diane mujari.
Ya wa oko office ye do bana. Be na hona. Samson is say why that was so. The whole central, one of Samson, and empty from Papa Yankee.
We once drank this water, but today we cannot even bathe with it. We vote for leaders, yet they do not act in our best interest.
Everything we have. Hey, look.
Another resident, preparing to bathe with water from a well, explained she has no choice but to boil and treat the brownish water with alum before use.
So yeah, and yes, I and so we are yes, I be even though yanum. But you see, the Moabim, too soon to see the end. Yes, Sabai on Shamayang. No, so no. More Munja was Galamsey for a more sense. And soon I won't know Ebula, Tibula and a chronic color name. Bula, not sister, yes, sir. You see, so Yamiadum, and Mampoqua bedroom, Boho too. You are high, yes, sir. You do already be our.
So that is it over there. You can take a closer look. That is so she's going to bath. She has to boil it before. Yes. That is from the borehole. She has to boil it before. So every day you have to boil it before.
Yes.
Say, in Suno, Efra, is it going to be clean? A bay clean kakra.
Along, a gum before, and Sana Makudare.
Oh, okay. It's after boiling, no, Odi alum nigum na kala nini take kakra.
After boiling the water, I add alum just to make it a bit clearer. Amidst the community's frustration, politicians have also waded into the debate. Director of Communications for Dr. Baumier's campaign, Dennis Miracles Aboagye, speaking at the Kwanyaku treatment plant, called on the government to propose fresh solutions to the Galamsey menace.
And simply telling the Galamseyers that if they manage to get the gold, whether through foul or fair means, he is ready to buy them. Again, he confirmed through his press engagement that indeed he could be buying gold from Galamseyers to as much as $4 billion out of the $6 billion he has exported. That for us, we believe, it's a cause for concern. Because the president is giving us an indication that he could be buying illegal gold from criminals and exporting. And that is what he's anchoring his government's transformation plan on. Then we cannot trust and believe that he is going to put measures in place to end Galamsey.
Now, the University of Cape Coast risks grinding to a halt as the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, threatens to impose far-reaching sanctions on the university if its Vice-Chancellor, Professor Johnson Kwanyaku Water, refuses to step down. In the latest letter, GTEC warned it will no longer process requests from the institution, effectively cutting off lifelines such as accreditation, government subventions for salaries, book and research allowances, financial clearance for recruitment, and other essential approvals. The move follows a standoff between Professor Water, who has crossed the compulsory retirement age, defied a directive to vacate his post. His lawyers insist he will stay on, a position that now risks paralyzing the operations of one of Ghana's leading universities. My colleague Clinton Yeboah joins with details of GTEC's statement on University of Cape Coast and the registrar's action. Clinton, what are the details?
GTEC in their statement says they are very compelled to issue the directive due to the fact that the governing council of the university has been restrained by the injunction of the High Court from taking any action on the VC. GTEC also says that with immediate effect, it will not process any request from the university in respect to the following until there is a full compliance with the directive, and there's also an evidence of compliance to the commission. So they made mention of some items that they say they are not going to process. They made mention of accreditation, salaries. They made mention of get fund support, book and research allowance. There is post-retirement contracts. There is also financial clearance for recruitment and other related requests. But GTEC sends a strong signal that these requests are very urgent. And so the registrar who received the communication from GTEC forwarded the information to senior officers of the school, asking them to take action on the demands of GTEC. But lawyers to the VC, we understand, say that they will not make any public statement because the issue is with the court. So we wait to see how this plays out between the two.
Okay, grateful to you. Now, let's pick more reaction from UCC UTAC Secretary, Dr. Isaac Boabin. Doc, grateful for joining here. Now, we do know that the registrar of the university, and we've seen some reaction from the lawyers, but how does UTAC take this standoff between and this threat from GTEC?
And good evening to your viewers. We UTAC and other unions on campus categorically reject this communication and its content as unlawful, unjustifiable, and an outright attack on the dignity and then the livelihood of the university staff. See, salaries are not privileges. Salaries are not privileges that someone can whimsically say, I have withdrawn it. It is unacceptable. Salaries, this list that we are talking about, they are legitimate entitlements, and through service of the state, they are protected by law and guaranteed under the contractual obligations. Any attempt to deny the university staff what he is due unjustifiably, unlawfully, is criminal and should be treated with the contempt that it deserves. You see, the issue of the vice chancellor has nothing to do with the employees' salaries and other entitlements. Do they?
No.
No. And the issue we are talking about is in court. As you said, the court says, leave the matter to me, I will decide. You are saying no. I won't respect the court rule, the court directive. I will take the law into my own hands. This is not acceptable. It's not a court on its own.
So what does UTAC intend doing about this coming from GTEC?
We are telling GTEC that immediately we demand without delay an immediate withdrawal of the said communication and its content. If GTEC fails to do it in the coming days, by Thursday, Friday, if they don't withdraw this letter and even apologize, we are all marching to Accra. They should come and unlock University of Cape Coast and take the keys to Accra. We shouldn't entertain this at all. GTEC and Professor Oklo should understand that there are laws in this country. Somebody took the matter to court. The Vice Chancellor, who was legitimately appointed by the council, and surprisingly, GTEC acknowledged the letter that appointed the Vice Chancellor and said that we acknowledge that your renewal, which starts from 1st August 2025 to 31st July 2026, GTEC acknowledged this. And the committee that appointed, that evaluated Vice Chancellor's work for the first term of 4 years, GTEC was represented on the committee by the current director, Professor Ahmed Chinapo, and they recommended to the council, they look at all our statutes and then the laws of the country and say that the man his contract can be extended for a further term of 2 years, which will end 31st July 2026. Somebody elsewhere said that he has issues with the contract and in the age, so he has taken the matter to court. It is the court that has to interpret the constitutional provisions, isn't it? The court has said that. The court has said that, leave it to me. I am going to determine the case. And he has injuncted everybody.
Once you are in the university setting, you help us with this. Which body has the right to appoint and disappoint a vice chancellor?
If you read Article 1992 Constitution, Article 195, Clause 3, the power is vested solely in the council, the governing council of the university.
All right.
And when you look at the law that established the University of Cape Coast, PNDC Law 278, Section 7, it says the same thing. It is the council that appoints and can remove a vice chancellor.
Doc, I'm grateful for that clarification there. Dr. Aboagye is UTAC secretary for the University of Cape Coast. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with more to stay. Welcome back from the break. Now, the Convention People's Party is calling for unity among Nkrumah's parties in the Volta region. The Volta Regional Chairman, Prince Vincent Ahwajiro, says this unity has weakened the party since the start of the Fourth Republic. He spoke in Georgia during the opening of a new party office in Ketu North. Volta Regional correspondent Ivy Setoji reports.
The commissioning of the office coincided with the activities marking the 116th birthday anniversary of the party's founder, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and also formed part of efforts to kickstart the reorganization of the party in the Ketu North constituency. Speaking to the media after the ceremony, Prince Anyadru reiterated the need for Nkrumah's parties to unite in order to restore Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's vision for national development.
We expect all members of CPP to think about togetherness. Apart from that, then we are going to fall and fall, continue falling and fall down. No, the message is very simple. Action speaks louder than words. When we are united, they will come back. When we are united, they will come back.
For his part, a member of the CPP's National Reorganization Committee, Paul Nu, disclosed that the Volta region is currently undergoing restructuring efforts aimed at strengthening the party's base in preparation for the 2028 general elections.
And I want to seize this opportunity to make it clear to all those who have been saying that CPP is irrelevant today in Ghanaian politics. I want to let them know that CPP can never and will never be irrelevant in Ghanaian politics.
Ivy Satoji, Joy News, Georgia.
Relatedly, Ghana is today marking the 116th birthday of its first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. In his hometown in Nkrumah in the western region, celebrations are in full swing. The third edition of the Journey to Nkrumah Fest has drawn visitors from far and near to another man whose vision led Ghana to independence. Joy News' Inathalia Konsa has more.
First time anyone entering Nkrumah is greeted by a newly erected statue of Osagyefo, a powerful reminder that this is the home of Ghana's first president. The energy here is electric. It feels less like a festival and more like a giant family reunion with food, music, dancing, and above all, reflection on the legacy of the man who led Ghana to freedom. At the center of it all is the Lembele MP and Lands Minister Emmanuel Amakofi-Bua, who for more than a decade has been the chief architect of this annual festival.
Today on what has been, will have been the 116th birthday of Osagyefo, who will celebrate his enduring, undeniable impact in the world, in Africa, in Ghana.
Beyond the speeches and pageantry, the festival is tied directly to the community. The MP commissioned a renovated Osagyefo Nkrumah Museum, stressing that celebrating the past must also mean investing in the future.
You can never talk about any cultural heritage without any symbol. The cloth is one. We have so many identifications to mean that indeed today is a special occasion. And we intend to use this as a symbolic cloth.
And then there is the food. Nzima dishes took the spotlight at the bazaar, from cassava staples like acheke to rice in coconut oil and the legendary abodaso, one of Nkrumah's favorite meal. Originally nicknamed Nkrumah by locals, the dish was later renamed abodaso out of respect when he became the president.
And we have our sweet dishes like ebumije, that is from cassava starch. Then when there's fresh fish, there's fresh corn or maize. We boil it, we call it abrekosue. Abrekosue is fresh corn that is boiled. And then we have the grade one.
Reporting for Joy News, I am Inathalia Konsa in Nkrumah.
Now, tertiary students have been urged to employ artificial intelligence not just for entertainment, but to aid a country's socio-economic transformation. This fears from some institutions that AI undermines critical thinking. Studies have also proved it is a great source for research, economic growth and productivity. The call was made at the 9th graduation ceremony of the Lancaster University here in Accra. Elsie Texan has more in the following report.
With growing global debates about the risk of artificial intelligence, Kenyan leaders in academia are warning against hesitation. Instead, they argue that the students must adopt AI boldly to avoid being left behind in the global race for technological prowess. Speaking at Lancaster University Ghana's 9th graduation ceremony, Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences at the University of Ghana, Professor Elsie Kaufman challenged graduates to adopt AI for innovation, stressing that Ghana's economic independence depends on technological advancement.
Artificial intelligence is transforming industries, from healthcare to finance to education. And the question you must ask yourselves is this: will you be passive consumers of these changes or active leaders shaping them? For you graduates, this represents an extraordinary opportunity. Africa stands at a crossroads. We are blessed with a young population, abundant resources, and extraordinary talent. Yet we also face challenges. These challenges are not reasons for despair. They are opportunities for innovation.
Chief Financial Officer of the Transnational Academic Group Middle East, Ashwin Gautama, urged graduates to reject the culture of dependency and instead embrace curiosity and entrepreneurship so they can lead Africa's future of innovation rather than remain mere consumers of imported technology.
My second pillar, being inquisitive, which in a way goes hand in hand with being enterprising. The world that you're stepping into is uncertain and fast-changing. Innovation is causing disruption in everything that we do, and with the advent of AI, it's even getting faster. It is more important than ever to be curious, to learn and to understand, and the more you do, the more you will be prepared.
This year's graduating class reflected the Pan-African spirit with students from Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, and Ivory Coast. Lancaster University Ghana believes it is not only about producing globally competitive graduates, but also about shaping change makers who can transform their home countries.
Take a break. We'll bring you business afterwards. And do stay tuned for the business because we'll have Kumasi in Accra. Stay on.